Greetings and welcome everyone to episode 23 of our SevTech Ages playthrough. On today's episode, we're probably going to be getting quite a bit into the better with mods. I think that we need to start working towards making our watermill and our gearbox and all that kind of stuff. So we're pretty much going to start right off the bat with those things. I think we're going to hit first we need hemp. We needed to go into hemp. I didn't have any growing, and it's not available to grow even in age 0, so I didn't plant it initially. So I ended up having to convert a lot of the fields I have into hemp to be able to get a lot of this hemp. Because you're going to need it for all the materials that are going to be coming up through the better with mods. Items, like the fan blades for the windmill and such, and you're going to need the string to be able to make the axles and all those kinds of things. So I even converted over some of the rice fields I had into these nice hemp fields to be able to give us quite a bit here. It took a while to get it to grow up and stuff. I had to use some bone meal and then to be able to get enough seeds. Seeds were the issue for the most part, but once I got it going, I am now crawling in hemp, which is good because we need it for this. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I just broke one. Darn. It takes a while for it to grow up from a sprout here to get to this point where you can just keep constantly harvesting the tops, because that's really where you want to get, is just to be able to harvest the tops. So now that we got those, I'm going to show you what we had to do next to be able to make all this work. So then I had to go to the grindstone, which we will eventually use without a hand crank. Let me tell you, without a hand crank, because that's what kills you. So you throw the hemp in there and you grind it up. And of course it consumes a ton of food and whatnot, but it eventually pushes out more and more hemp fibers for you. So then you take those hemp fibers, you're going to do a few things with them to be able to make all the things you're going to need. So for now, I gathered quite a bit of hemp, as you can see here, and I've even gotten some hemp fibers, which is nice. I'm glad I was able to get some, which will work out, because then we're going to make these ropes. I've already made a couple of them, and you can also make other things with them. You can make the hemp cloth, which you can then use to make the wind sails and a few other things that you might need for this setup. Ooh, I don't even know what these are. This is new. Something to look into later. But then you use the wind sails to make your windmill and your vertical windmill, which is good. It all works out. So then I felt the next step would be, well, I needed some glue or some slime balls. So we had to go through the process of making those. And so what I thought I'd just do is, I'm going to take some of this rice here, and we're going to convert it into the rice flour, and then convert the rice flour into the rice dough, and then the rice dough into the rice balls. The only other way I thought of was using hides of animals, but I just didn't have enough hides. I had a ton of buffalo hide, but I don't have enough hides of other animals, so I started the cows off here, or restarted them I should say, instead of using the buffalo, to increase their numbers so that I can get more hides for them. And I also did quite a bit of work over here, as you can see on the water lodge, which is going to be nice. It's going to be a nice little setup once it's fully complete. I mean, I finished most of it, but mostly just the structures in place. I still need to put a few blocks in. And I got our basins here that we will use, which is nice, and I got a little area out here into the river, which is pretty. It looks really nice out here. I'm really happy with it. So let's head back for a minute. We're going to drop off this rice and turn it into flour. So let's grab a stack of that there, and we'll put it over here and give it to our horse. He's such a hard worker for us. There we go. He'll take care of it. One stack should be enough for our initial use here. While that's going, we're going to keep working on things here. There's plenty to do. Plenty to do. So another thing we need to look at is what it's going to take inside for the gearbox. Because the gearbox is going to be another component that we have to have for this setup, because the watermill itself will connect to it, and the mechanical device, whether the machine, whether it be like the millstone or the saw blade or whatever, will connect to that. And if you look here in our advancements, you're seeing that's exactly what we're working towards. So the next step would be is the axle F. So mechanical power needs to be rotated using an axle. You can convert them directly to watermills and windmills, or gearboxes. You can have no more than 3 axles between each gearbox or source. So that's very important. So as you're using gearboxes and or your source for generating the power, which is your watermill or your windmill, it does not function. I assume it would just break after that much distance between. It causes an instability. And if you ever use like an axle, you know that you have a greater strain on your materials and your equipment the further away it is from the source. So let's go right into looking at that. Let's look at our axle, and we'll go from there. Let's look it up here. Axle. If I'd spell it right. I still didn't spell it right. A-X-L-E. There we go. A-X-L-E. There we go. So we got it. And it's basically going to be black quartz, sticks, and that hemp rope. That's why it's so important for us to have that hemp rope. And I did a lot of digging and got us quite a bit of the black quartz to be able to use for this. I really like the black quartz. So we're going to make a couple of these gearboxes. Let's say we're going to try to make 4 here. We don't have enough for 4 in terms of hemp rope, so we'll have to fix that. We'll have to make 2 more of those to get enough of that. And there we go. So my goal is to try to make this and set it up so that the grindstone in the back, or the grind mill or whatever it is, does all the work. So I don't have to hand crank anymore that mill, because that's a lot of work. Yeah, the millstone. So I don't have to hand crank that millstone anymore. So we have our hemp fibers, we have our hemp rope, we have our sticks. We should be able to make our axles now, the 4 that we want. Oh, it doesn't require coagulated blood. I was going to initially use the coagulated blood as our form of slime/glue that we needed, but it consumes so much of the zombie flesh that I just didn't feel it was worth it. So bam, we now have our axles, and we have received our achievements. Let's keep looking here. And as you can see, it's going to want you to make the watermill next, and then it's going to want you to make the gearbox. So we'll look into that, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So basically, mechanical power, oh, we already read that one. Getting started with mechanical power will require a source such as Better with Mods watermill, and I think that's the first one we'll make. I do want to make a windmill, and I want to put that on top of our little beautiful water lodge over here, but we need to make the watermill first, I think. It's going to be the first one that's going to really help us out. And so let's look at that one. Let's look and see what we got with that. Oh, fell through the ground there. Okay, so how I see the watermill. So the watermill is going to be a copper gear. So that's going to be plates surrounded by a stone gear, surrounded by a wooden gear, so on and so forth. So the glue here makes it so we're not using buffalo teeth and red cedar planks, though we would like to have the glue so that we don't have to. Now I did look at how this cauldron is set up, and it's a little bit different than the other ones. We are going to have to put a permanent fire below it. So I'm just going to set one up real quick right about here, I think. There we go. Okay. We need the charcoal that we used to use all the time, the low grade. And we're going to need to make those 2 sticks that are pretty simple and do what we used to do to light a fire. So drop our low grade charcoal down there. And now let's hopefully get this fire going here. Drop our cauldron in place, and it should work now. It should work to make the glue. So we do have a few cowhides that we can use to get this started here. And so we're going to start out with 8 of them. These are from the last time we had to thin out their numbers. And if I remember correctly, all we do is we just put it in there and it does the rest. So should give us 2. The reason that's another reason why we're using cows over other animals, because like the sheep and the pig and stuff like that, their pelts only give you 1 glue. So by having these, we get 2, and I'm okay with that. So we'll let these cook up while we go check on what the horse is doing over here. He's getting through it. Yep, he's done about 22 already. It's getting to be night. We're probably going to want to take a rest here shortly, but we'll allow the cauldron to work. to be able to make that glue we need. And we're going to need to mash some stuff down for the gears here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to sleep first here, now that the stars are out. Okay, now that we're back, what I plan to do here is, we're going to need the hammer, of course, because we're going to need the stuff for the copper gear. So let's look up. We're going to need 4 of those plates. So to make those plates is going to actually be pretty easy. We're just going to use our hammer and our stone anvil and 4 copper ingots. So there we go, got our 4 copper ingots on us here. And we'll just put that there. We'll be able to mash these up real quick. There we go. Got all 4. Put our hammer back, and we're good to go. So we should already have the stone on us to be able to make the next part of the gear for the stone gear. So it's basically just stone. Let me see if it's got to be a specific type of stone, whether it be smooth stone or cobblestone. But I'm just seeing all the other types of stone. Chisel does what it can to show me everything but the original, right? Okay, so no big deal. We do have some of the other stone just in case, and this will work. Okay, so we got that there. We got the 4 copper plates. Now we're pretty much just waiting on that glue to be able to do the next step. And we got 4 already, so that works out pretty well. Let's go in here. Do we have any sticks? We do have sticks on us. So we should be able to make this all the way to... No, we're missing planks. There we go. Got our planks now. Now we should be able to do every step of this. So now we have that gear. We're pretty much just going to put that gear, the wooden gear, in with this and get the stone gear. I should have tested that out though, but oh well. Now we take the stone gear, surround it with the copper plates, get that copper gear. We're one step closer. Now we're going to need the wooden blades, or the wood blades. And it's basically going to be the slabs that we have with some sort of, I would call it stickiness, because you know you can use all the slime balls, the glue, that kind of thing. You can use all those things to do this. You can even use the coagulated blood. So for that we're going to need these slabs here. We're going to need 8 of them. So that is actually going to be how many? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 8 is 32. We're going to need 32 of those little buggers. So we're going to need to make some more of these slabs. So we're going to grab some more oak here. We got plenty. We're going to take it out here to our other horse and have him convert that. There we go. And wouldn't you know, I already have it. So it works out. So we'll go in here and we'll make slabs out of these. And yep, we have just enough. Perfect. Let's go grab some more of our glue. We'll use that because he's still spinning that. Yeah, he's still got 25 to go. That's why I think the glue is a much better route, but I don't have a lot of hides yet, so we have to do what we have to do. Okay, so let's see here. For our blades, we have enough for 8. We have exactly enough for 8, but we're going to switch out that blood with the glue. There we go. So now we have our 8 blades, we have our axle, we have our gear. Now we have our water wheel, and we got the achievement, so let's check that out. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be able to get the clay bucket. That's going to be nice. So our next step, now that we've completed the what are we doing, is going to be grinding your gears. And the gearbox allows you to extend the reach of your mechanical power. Shift right click aside to move the input outputs. A powered axle must go into the side with a cross on it. Okay, so that gives us enough basic information to be able to set this up. Now, I don't know if you've ever used the water wheel, but for myself I haven't, so this is kind of going to be an experiment on how to set it up. And we could grab, as part of this, I don't think we need the gearbox necessarily, but the gearbox will allow us to extend it. I'm going to test that out real quick. Might as well test it while you guys are here. It's always better to fail on camera, right? Grab that there. So we got our hemp, which we're going to need for more fan blades, and we have our millstone. So let's test this out. And then I want to build a nice hopper setup, hopefully, to catch all of this. Because as you notice with the Better With Mods machines, they just kind of spit stuff everywhere. Okay, let's go down. There we go. So what I want to do is I want to set it up out here and then basically have it feed into here. So we only have one plank on us, but for the moment we'll use cobblestone as our building mechanic here. So we'll go out a little bit here, and this should give us the room we need. And what we'll do here is we're going to drop that water wheel. I think you just drop it like that. So this is why I'm not entirely sure how to do it. I'm gonna have to experiment a little bit here. Not entirely sure how to set it down. Let's try it. Let's try doing it off of wood here. Not entirely sure how to place it here. Can we put it off of the... We cannot put it off of the millstone. Interesting. Maybe it needs to be higher. Maybe it's too close to water. Oh, that could be. Or not. I'm gonna figure this out and then I'll be right back. So I'm back. So what I've found is it's gonna need to go one higher, but on that one higher it's gonna need to go off of a gearbox. So we gotta go make a gearbox real quick. So let's go make our gearbox here and then we'll be right back. I don't think we have all the stuff on us. In fact, we should probably check. So let's see here. We're going to require some more wooden gears, those axles, and I already made the thin slabs, and we're going to need some bronze plates. Those are pretty easy to get. The bronze plates will be the last item that we'll need for this. Let's eat real quick and then we'll head back. Okay, so our horse here is done, but that's okay. We had extra and that's fine. This guy is also done, so we're going to switch that out. We're going to make that... We're going to make that slime balls that we need here. And it's going to be quite the process, but we'll get to it. I need a place to put this. The flour. Okay, so one piece of flour there. We're going to need some salt to go with this. And our water skins. There we go. Okay, so we have the basic requirements. Let's hammer some bronze plates, and then we'll be ready to go. We needed 2 of them. Let's make these guys up here without any issue. Hopefully our hammer survives this. Haha! It survived, just barely. That was close though. Okay, so we have the slabs. We need to make the wooden gears. Wooden gears require glue. Let's go check on what our cauldron was doing. Hopefully it's making that glue we need. Perfect. So now we have some more glue. So I think glue's a much easier requirement, but we don't always have that choice. So we need some more planks. Let's go out here and grab them from our horse. Who has supplied us with plenty. Oh, I fell down again. But that speed boost doesn't jump, or doesn't kick in quite fast enough. It can be quite interesting. Okay, so wooden gears. Let's go. We need at least 2. Yeah, let's make 4 because we're going to use them anyway. Okay, so we have 1 gearbox. Might as well make 2, so let's go hammer up another one. Oh! Achievement, achievement, or advancement, advancement. Let's look at that real quick. So it looks like The end of the line is a clay bucket. That's pretty right. That's awesome. Because turning the tables, that gives me the ability to move water, which is saying something. That's going to be pretty fun. Okay, so the next one's going to be a turnable. It's going to be a machine, just like the mill. So crafting a turnable connects to the bottom with mechanical power and placing a block on top to begin shaping. So we'll see. We'll get into that later. I'm not really going to worry about that right this second. Oh, let's take a nap real quick and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. And let's see here. We're going to go over here and take this gearbox. Oh wait, we were making the bronze. Look at the bronze 2 plates here. We're going to need to make another hammer though real quick, I think. Oh, super simple. Let's go grab the component that we require here. I can even make this in my little crafting grid here, and we're good to go. Let's make our 2 more bronze plates. And we'll use up our old hammer just in time because we do have a new one now. There we go. New hammer. And our second plate. There we go. Pretty easy. So let's make our box here. We are missing... What are we missing here? Oh, wrong crafting grid. That's why. So now we have 2 of them. So if you want to extend it or branch it out, you can. But we're good. Man, I really like how the water lodge looks. It's looking so nice. Okay, so we're down here now. We have the ingredients to work on those, and we'll get to that in just a second. But let's see about putting this gearbox down. We need to figure out how to rotate this thing. No, it looks like it's already got the X on the correct side. So that's a plus. Now let's put our wheel on here. I guess it doesn't like that side. Or maybe it needs to be higher still. We're gonna try one more higher here and see if we can get this to work. Because I'm not entirely sure everything there is to know about these gearboxes in this water mill here. Oh, and then we go and do something like that. Okay, that's not where I wanted it. There we go. What are we missing? Do we have to put an axle off of it and then put it on there? Maybe. There we go, but now it's too high. The luck. The luck. Okay. I should have tested that first, but oh well. Okay, did we get the axle back? Yeah, we got the axle back. Okay. So we're gonna go and place this here. You put that in the right place. We'll place that on there. And now that on there. Now hopefully it's working. The mechanical power anyway. I don't know how to tell. But the best thing I can do is put the millstone off of it. And see what we get here. And drop in some hemp, but I don't see it functioning though. It's in the water. But is it in enough water? Should be. Because as far as I know, it's only supposed to have to go in the water, right? I don't have to jumpstart it. I don't think. No, that's correct. Maybe it's not going in there correctly. Oh, get back here, item. Glad there's no piranhas today. But we need to go around. Okay, so we'll break this off here. Got our axle. Put the axle there. Put the box there. Still no mechanical power. That seems odd. Well, let's try to break it down and change how we have it set up here. Maybe it's something about the setup that we're not doing correctly. Okay, so we got all the pieces. Okay. Maybe it needs to go right on the water's edge here. Okay, so we're going to throw down our gearbox. And then we're going to change its shape here. There we go. Throw down an axle. Grab the water wheel. Not enough room to place the water wheel. Need a 5x5 area. Maybe it's not a big enough area. That's why. Okay. So maybe we're getting in. Maybe we're figuring this out here. Got both of our items back here. So let's extend out a smidge. So 1, 2, 3. It would have been a 5. And then let's bring that up there, like so. Gearbox. There we go, got that piece there. Throw down the axle. And fall in the water. Put our wheel in place. Okay, now it's not touching the water. I'll eventually get this right, I assume. So I figured it out. My problem is the water here is still. So I'm going to be taking this out of here and I got to put it somewhere else. I'm going to need to locate a small area with some movement of water to be able to make this work, because the water here, it's an infinite water source, because I even tried to take it away and use it. But we got it figured out and we're able to make this work. So temporarily, this is going to look just like this. It's going to be empty. But we will put the water wheels here because we want them to be a part of our water lodge, of course. So for temporary purposes, to be able to make it so that we can get a bucket so we can actually move water, I'm going to temporarily locate it in a different place. I always get so lucky. I always forget about the piranhas until after I'm like, 6 blocks out, gonna be eaten alive. So let's go to the other location that I had set up for testing. Oh, while we're here, before we go, we might as well look at this. See, I got the basics in there. And so we'll do at least one set here before I go to the other place. You throw in 1 piece of salt. And you throw in 3 pieces of bread. And then you spin. That's all there is to it. 2 spins should do the trick. And you should get dough out of it. Or maybe 3. There we go. See, easy peasy. Now we got our dough. Combine that with some water from our fluid bladders, and we're good to go. That'll be one of the next steps we get into. So, anyway, for the moment, let's continue working on this water wheel, because it takes priority. Because even though the slime balls are nice, eventually we'll have leather to be able to use, or the hides, I should say, of the cows to be able to use for continuing this project. Now the place gotta stop and grab berries. Always need more berries. So the place I thought about is over here above where we have our garden. So eventually we could set something up that utilizes it a little bit better. And I carved it out a little bit to give it a little bit of placement. And my pet llama's over here for sport. So what I was thinking of doing, right, is ask our little llama to move along. That's good, little llama. Okay. Oh, I know, buddy. I'll carve out 5 spots here to give it some room. And what I'll do is I'm going to carve down 1 more, because that grass always looks weird to me. Or the water vegetation, whatever you like to call it. And so what we'll do here is, as a temporary setup, we'll go right here in the middle. Set this here. And not that. We need an open hand. There we go. We got an open space. There we go. Drop an axle on it. And watch our mechanical power grow. And voila! We have mechanical power now. Very nice. Very, very nice. So what we'll do from here is, to be able to get this to function correctly, is if you're going to go out any number of axles, right? Like let's say here, right? Now you see that the mechanical power is working. You're seeing the gearbox spin, or not the gearbox itself, you're seeing the axle spin, you're seeing the little particle effects like smoke or some sort of heat generating energy, and then you have your device, which should be working, but I think it only works if it's connected up. Yep, so we're going to have to change this setup a little bit. It's not an issue. So that's why we have the extra gearboxes, that's why we have all the stuff here to be able to do this. So, I don't know if a gearbox can be connected to a gearbox, but we're going to find out. Well, that didn't work out. Let's rotate this real quick. I don't know if we're going to get the particle effects off of it, but we may be able to rotate it to get that to spin. Nope, looks like there'll always have to be a gear or an axle in between, which is fine. Where'd our little piece go here? Did we get it back? Okay, we got it back. So what you'll do is you'll put... We'll end up putting the axle here. Or, I should say, we'll put the axle here. This is so we don't need to put in the extra gearbox, but we could if we needed to. Now you're seeing particle effects come off of this one. Throw on a piece of hemp, watch it be grinded up. Turn into those string we need. Or the hemp fibers, I should say. See? It all works out in the end, and then it spits it out somewhere and you have to go find it. Wherever that may be. Hence the hopper portion I would like to do for this here. Okay, so now we got our way up here. We have our ability to get it. Now we need a collection system, so let's start with that. But first, let's go take a nap, because it's getting late. We'll run here into the house, and grab that, and then we'll build a few hoppers. We should have enough materials for that, and we should be good to go. So let me just take a quick rest, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So let's work on those hoppers that we need here. We'll be able to get to where we're going with those. We need to get rid of that fiber. Let's see here. Fiber goes over here. Good. Getting quite a few. Okay, so back to making the hoppers now. This won't be a perfect solution, mind you, but the MK2s are what we're going to need. And for the MK2s, we're going to need chests, and we're going to need spruce planks around them. Should be pretty easy. We should have plenty of stuff for that. Let's go grab all that wood that I had prepared for this. We should be able to get her done. We need 8 of them. So it shouldn't be too bad here. We'll make our 8 chests here. And then we will surround them like we always do. More than enough. Now for the next tier of hopper, if I remember correctly, it requires us to have this cobweb thing. And then of course the bark, which we have plenty of. Not really worried about that. But we need 8 of those spider web things, which shouldn't be too hard to make. If I remember correctly, it's just stick. Yeah, sticks and string. No big deal. So let's start by making some string here. Should have plenty here. And we'll take these 2 here. It should work just fine with this work blade. Or is it 3? I can never remember. Yep, it's all 3. Gave us a few pieces here. There we go, our poor work blade's almost done. We'll have to get another one at some point. Okay, so we got plenty of string. Now we need plenty of sticks. That should be enough. I don't know if we'll have enough string though. We have enough for 5. We need some more string. We're gonna have to go shearing some sheep. There we go. Let's go shear some sheep, and then we'll use our work blade on those sheep. We get quite a bit of string from that alone. So I'll do is I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some string. Okay, so the sheep shearing was successful. We were able to obtain all that we needed for that. Now we just need these bark pieces, and we're good to go. We can make our Mark IIs, just like so. What are we missing here? Ah, you were hiding. Okay, so we got those. Let's clear out our inventory while we're at it here. There we go. Nice clean inventory again. Took out more than we needed, but that's fine. We'll work with it here. Okay, so let's head back. Now that we got our 8 hoppers, we're going to need a chest as well, so we can make that real quick on our way. Just grab some of this. Whoops, come on. There we go. Okay, so now you're going to see how we're going to make this work here. So what I would like to do is we're going to take... I don't think we're going to be able to obstruct it on the one side, so we may not get it all on the one side. But what I'll do here... I need to put a block in place to trick it here. Like so. Then we're going to put the hopper there, put a hopper there, put a hopper there, so on and so forth, all the way around. Is what we'll try to do here. And then we will, let's say we'll put a block here temporarily. Put our chest here. And then we'll just go like so. That means anything that pops out of here now that isn't necessarily going to fall on this side will be picked up by the hoppers. And we don't have any hemp on us. It got put back. That's okay. Plenty of hemp here. We'll grab this stuff. Now we have all of our hemp. Very nice. Walk around and pick up what little ones we didn't get the first time, and we're good to go. 38 pieces. So now, we gotta get up there though. We drop in our hemp and we let it work. Should do the trick fairly easily here. Okay, we're gonna go nap while that works, and we're gonna come back and check on it. And that should get us the basics of our mechanical power that we need. The problem is, though, we can't turn it off. So like when it storms and whatnot, it can get a little out of control. And we'll have to figure out an experiment on how to stop that or slow it down. I know you can turn it off with redstone power, but we don't really have access to that yet. We have no redstone signaling of any kind just yet. A few berries on the way. There we go. Now we're probably going to see something spit out in all different directions. Yep, like right there. It's almost like it's purposefully avoiding going into the hoppers. Oh well. It is what it is. The hoppers are doing their job. They're all pointing in the right direction. It should work. Oh, yep. Sure did. Okay, so it works. You just need to spit them out in that direction. I'm not sure what direction it is spitting them out in, though. So we'll stand here and watch it just for a second and see what it does. Yep, it spit it out over there again. Right there on the axle. But it is spitting it out correctly, so that's what's important. If I could change the facing direction of the mill, I'd face it outward and then just give it a little set out this way that it would catch into. But some of the machines cannot be faced in a specific direction, and this is one of them. The sawmill can pretty much face any direction that you put it on for the axle, which is nice. We will definitely get into that. So, the goal is to get one of these set up with the windmill over on top of our other house, our water lodge over there, and make it work. It's going to be nice, I think. And then we'll put the water mill back over there once we can do running water, once we get the turnbull in place. So this is just temporary. And more just fell in the wrong place. Man, this thing is really good. Totally missing those hoppers, but that's fine. So let's see here. We got a basic setup in place for this. And now the next thing we're going to need to look up is that sawmill. So let's see here. Shouldn't be too difficult for us to make. It's going to require 2 copper gears, a bronze gear, a leather belt, and a flint saw blade, and then of course just regular planks. All these are going to be a little bit tricky, but a tin gear with flaked flint, yeah, we got this. And I think we're going to have to save that one for the next episode. We're running short on time. But we've gotten quite a bit done, and as you can see, it is still spitting out that hemp. We're going to pause it for the moment because I won't be able to be here. But we'll get this set up looking a little bit better. Get it running a lot better. And then we'll be back. So thank you guys again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.